Você vai viajar. Você pode viajar rapidamente. Abrindo o mapa. Inclusive, eu não olhei o mapa. Interessante. Tem diário, inventário, personagem, né? Que as missões, tá.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health.
Mas compensa, só tenho 2 gás, ó, mano. Ah, vou usar. Rifle de assalto. Ah, já tem 30 balas nele.
Smile for my surveillance device, Marauder. I am tracking your every move.
Você tá rastreando, eu não vou nem bater. Aqui.
Intruders are not authorized to access the Unreliable's amenities, including the cargo hold's workbench.
Usar bancada. Bancada permite conserto, melhoria, modificação. Tá, vamos ver. Modificações. Ah, tem que ter. Tem que ter elas para colocar. Ajuste. Não tenho dinheiro suficiente. Consertar. Ah, tem que ter peças de arma, é? Aqui é bit, isso aqui é peça de arma. E aqui desmonta, né?
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities.
Vamos conversar.
Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
Ai, meu filho, dominando o mundo.
This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Se eu pousasse.
I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? I understand. You are speaking metaphorically. You wandered outside this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing encounter. The old you is dead. Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I extend felicitations and congratulations on your life-changing experience.
Loucona. Isso aí, meu filho.
I understand. You are going undercover with an alias. I will update my discretion protocol accordingly. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
Tá.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new captain's identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Bora ver o que tem aqui em cima. Dá pra
Due to
abrir?
catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on
Continuando sob
security
bloqueio.
lockdown.
Caramba, é grandão aqui, mano.
These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me.
Opa, tem filé. Aí desce pra oficina.
The ship's
Nope.
engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed. Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
Todos os pontos gastos são reembolsados. Tá. Não. Tô mudando, será?
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Quem é esse daqui, meu parceiro?
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater.
Logo
Edgewater's
uma
not too far.
mentirazinha,
Just
papai.
follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Não dá pra guardar arma, não?
I smell. Come out! Hiding? Scared?
Cadê o cara? Ah, tá aqui. Ei. Cartucho de bit. Moradora. Pô, tinha um quarto, eu já deitei ele. Rapaz, onde é que eu deitei o outro cara, hein? Será que foi pra aqui? Sumiu o outro tiozinho lá. Tá, vambora.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
Vamos pá.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
Só estou de passagem.
Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices. And being vigilant. Don't want to get blindsided by some corpse-chewing marauder come stalking out the shadows. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
Está fazendo.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad,
Eita,
Ludwig,
já vou virar
and Martin
cobrador, mano.
Abernathy.
Agiota.
He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is.
Tá, vamos lá,
He's over
filho.
by the landing pad. Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking? All right, easy now. No need to get your hackles up. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about hope this and colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble.
Pra ir trabalhar isso sim, mano. Emerald vai. Descobriu. Pô, mas como é que eu tiro a arma da mão? Não dá pra tirar a arma da mão? Tô no meio da cidade, mano. Usar terminal. Usar. Esqueça para trazer o elevador. Máquina de vendas. Peças de armadura. Mas aí é roubado, né? Você quer usar terminal. Terminal de acessos, registros. Botar o início. Roubar. Peças de armadura. Aí ali é. Tem que ativar assim.
Miss Holcomb, I need you to explain this. The grease monkey, Argo?
Guarda corporativo.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer...
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker? Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Companheiros. Eles ajudam em combate, as habilidades dele melhora a arminha, aumenta a capacidade de carga, bloqueia habilidades, tarará. Vambora. Bate.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. You got a minute?
O que você quer falar?
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Tá, vambora. Pegar uma passada ali antes, né?
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
Pera, tem um negócio. Não, pra cá mesmo. Eu que entro ali. Essa casa aqui.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked her to do?
Consertar... Não posso imaginar que seja...
I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Então, o que você aconselha?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Bora. Tá bom de conversa já. O cara falou muito, tio. Tá. Lá pra trás, né? Talentos. Velocidade andando, velocidade correndo. Perda de durabilidade. Proteção base. Capacidade de carga. Isso aqui é bom pra mim. Gosto de pegar muita carga. Viagem rápida com sobrecarga. Esse aqui é bacana. Vamos meter uma capacidade de carga aqui. Só tem um talento, né? É, filho. Vai ele mesmo. Mapa. Lá pra trás. Plataforma de pouso. Deixa eu ver o que tem aqui.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month.
Bancada. Vamos embora, filho. Vamos embora. Ó, o gráfico tá bonitinho, mano. Bichinho aqui, mano.
Incoming! Don't mess with us!
Assistente. Peraí que eu vou examinar. Carne. Peças de arma. Registro. Ah, tá. Só uma mensagenzinha.